Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Now, if you are on Twitter, you know there has been a lot of PvP esport hype recently. That being said, we've had Rebel Gaming tweet out that they are looking to add 1 to 2 PvP players and content creators, as well as Lethal Gaming based in Mexico just signed on 2 of the top players in the world. Alongside all of that, Niantic is supposed to be releasing their version of a PvP BattleNet at any point now. Early 2020. Any point now. Any point now. What's next? So, with all of that hype this week, I thought it'd finally be time to make this video of a design I made for a potential BattleNet system for PvP. Now, this is all just an idea. There's no basis for anything I'm about to say. It is just an idea that I thought would be really helpful for the PvP community in growing it, reducing the entry barrier to PvP, and just having a good BattleNet system that kind of works for everybody. Check it out. The main idea here is, what if PvP had its own battle app, essentially? Its own extension app, you could say. So, I have here a mock-up of what that could look like. So, over here, you can see this would be the main screen, the title screen or whatnot. You'd have all these different tabs. You'd have Battle, Train, Pokemon, Profile, Shop, and Leaderboards. Now, I haven't drawn up the designs for each one of those separate tabs, but I've hit on the more important ones. So something like the Pokemon tab would be just like in the main game. When you open up the Pokemon tab there, you get to see all your Pokemon. That would remain the same. The shop would be a little different. I think that through this, they should sell TMs. They should sell TMs in the shop. And then the leaderboards would be pretty much the same as any other sort of PvP BattleNet system. You can hit the leaderboard button and it would immediately show you like the top 100 or top 200 or whatnot. So, as well as of course you can check where you are in your own essential like tier standing and whatnot. Let's say we click on the battle tab. Where would that take us? So here we have your playstyle where you can select either ranked or casual / normal, whatever you want to call it. And then you can select your league. Niantic has said that they would support Ultra, Masters, as well as Great League, where most of our battles are in Great League already. But Niantic wants to be able to support all of that, which makes sense. That is fine. The one thing that I'm not so sure on is that they've said it will be a rotating system. So every month about-ish, or every season, we're assuming it'll be about a month, would be a different league. That is, I do think it's good that they're supporting every league. However, I think we should be able to choose and or have different rankings for each league. For example, if you're a dedicated Sylph player, your Great League rank is probably by far going to be better than your other ranks because we might not have the Stardust to invest as much in our Master League, for say. I think that we should be able to, instead of have once a month, you have to only play in one league. I think we should have the chance to choose which one we're playing in and have different ranks for each one. Here, there's like a pull-down menu. You select your league, you select your play style, and we're also assuming that the Niantic is doing a blind best of 3. We have found some information that it could be a potential to fight in a set. It looks so far like it could end up being like Smash Bros. Online, where you have the option to rematch or not. It looks like we'll have that option, but it still feels like it will be a blind best of 3 kind of deal. So you lock in your 3 Pokemon, you choose your playstyle, ranked or casual, and then you choose your league. Another core part of the Pokemon world is that you train your Pokemon. We are called trainers for a reason. You can collect Pokemon, but you're not... Where am I going with that? Another core part of the Pokemon world is that we are Pokemon trainers. We train our Pokemon, and that is not something that currently really exists in Pokemon Go. You can spin Stardust to level up your Pokemon, but using them in battle does not make them stronger. So I think through this BattleNet system, there should be a way to do that. We could work around both TMs and Stardust this way. What I've drawn up here is we have the level up option, the evolve option, and a move tutor. So while we are still working to get new moves on our Pokemon, there's an option that doesn't involve TMs. You can grind out new moves with this system. What I envision here is that you select your one Pokemon, So let's say we want this Eevee, and let's say we want to level it up. So we hit the level up button, and we go into a gym style battle with your leader. Now, your leader isn't necessarily going to be using the same Pokemon that they normally would in PvP. So let's say that I want to level up a grass Pokemon, and I am on Team Valor. Candela is not going to be using all fire types. The types and the CP of the Pokemon that your leader would be using would reflect what kind of Pokemon you're training with. And as it is a gym battle, I think it should be more or less an endless raid style gym battle where the farther you go, the more rewards you get. So let's say I need Eevee to level up once. So maybe I need to take down 2 Pokemon. So I take down 2 Pokemon, Eevee gets its level up. If I don't want it to level up anymore, I can quit there. Same thing with evolving and move tutor. Depending on what you're trying to get, you have to get through a certain level, a certain number of Pokemon that you have to beat before you can level up. And I do think it should be, because you're using one Pokemon, it will be a gym style battle as opposed to a PvP style battle. Only having 2 shields in an endless battle would be ridiculous, whereas having the option to dodge like you do in gyms would be greatly beneficial to this. Moving on to the profile page. All of this is based off of the client of League of Legends, which is the only other esport game I really know. So here you can see we have, of course, your name at the top, your team there, your avatar, and then down at the bottom I've added a Pokemon. It could either be your active buddy or your just most commonly used Pokemon overall, because if you open your main game it shows your buddy, so here it could be a little different. And so here we have your rank as well as what league it's in. So whatever your highest rank is in whatever league that is, that's what it's going to show you, but you do have the option to pull down, and instead of looking at Great League, what if I want to check my Ultra or Master League rank? I can look at that too. Perfect. And we also have to assume that Niantic and Sylph are not partnered, and so the ELO system is following a standard bronze through challenger sort of style, like pretty much every other game. Yeah, standard ELO system. So here we also have match history, stats, and teams. So for your match history, this would just show you your maybe top 10 most recent games played, right? It would show you what Pokemon you use, what Pokemon they use, and it could have a system, or it could have like a little graph system that looks very similar to at the end of PvPoke on the training simulator. I'm going to put a link to that down below. If you don't know what that is, you definitely need to check that out. But I think if it had a graph like that on there, if you could check your match history, that would be great. And then on the stats page, it would be sort of similar, but it would show your overall stats. So for example, if Umbreon is my most used Pokemon in Great League, let's say I'm checking my Great League ranks, I can open my stats, I can look at Great League, I can see Umbreon's my most used, it'll show me the average damage per game it does, the average number of shields it draws, the average number of damage it takes, just like the PvPoke simulator, but it would be per like your top 5 Pokemon maybe, perhaps. And then of course you can change that through either Great League, Ultra, Master League, or maybe just all time. Per chance you have a Great League and a Ultra League Umbreon, it could combine those stats and just check them against other Pokemon. I think that would be cool to add. And then lastly, teams. Teams could be, you could add all your friends, just like a club setting in League of Legends. You can add all your friends into, let's say you can max it out at like 10 people, and it sort of tracks all of your stats together and kind of shows you how as a group you might match up against other teams, kind of deal. And then of course lastly, a friends list. Let's pretend that it says friends right there underneath teams, and you could see when they're online, maybe have like some sort of a little messaging thing so you can battle them as well. That would be cool. Now keep in mind, again, none of this is actually happening. This is just an idea that I've had since pretty much the beginning of PvP, but I do think that an extension app, not to say that it would replace any sense PvP in the main game, that would remain the same. The battle system itself wouldn't change. This is just an example of a battle net system that I think would be very beneficial to have in the PvP world. This would promote both PvP as its own thing, as well as the game itself. We're not taking away any sort of, you have to go out and raid to get TMs or anything. That doesn't go away. You can still do that. You still have to play the real game in order to collect your Pokemon. You can, anything in the real game, you can still do in the real game, and it all transfers over here. But as a battler, we all know resources are so hard to get right now in this game in order to play in Sylph Leagues, and with Go Battle League coming out, in order to just play in Go Battle League and do well. There are so many resources that we don't have. Move costs for Stardust and stuff, those need to be at least cut in half. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If this is something that you'd like to see implemented in Pokemon Go, drop a like down on the video and then comment down below what you would add to a Battle.net system like this if that were to happen, if Pokemon Go made its own PvP app. Perchance that is actually what Go Battle League will be. We have no idea, but hopefully we'll find out pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Catch you all next time. Any point now.